Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So today we're doing more labels. Here you see more labels, but we're actually doing labels on bits of material, and I'm just putting them on some little bits of ephemera. So I've got a selection of stamps, and you can see that one I've actually coloured it in. That one I stamped with two different types of ink, and I used the Harmony Spectrum Noir and the Onyx Diversifying Smoky Grey on that one. That one I just used black. That one I used the Smoky Grey, and then I just coloured it in. I've got some of these, they're aqua markers, and like you would with a stamp on card, unless you're going to get them wet, they'll be all right. They might fade, I don't know. I've also put some gilt around that one. I don't know whether you can see. Yeah, you can see a little bit. I've gilded that one. I've just got, when I was looking through my stuff, I've got this sticks to sheets of foil paper, and I've probably had them for about 15-20 years, and I have used them, you can see. And I thought it's about time I started using it. So what I use with that is a Pritt stick, and it's not my idea. Well, I mean, this works with glue anyway, but using a Pritt stick I got from Jennifer from Genevieve Designs. She makes albums and stuff, and I always used to think it always looked lovely, you know, on her pages. And that one I've done a little tiny bit on one bit. And that one I've done like a lighter pale gold. I've also stuck some vellum flowers on. Where's my vellum flowers? I've lost them. Here they are. And again, I've coloured these in. They've got silver. I coloured them in with alcohol markers. They've got silver, but I just cut round that a bit. So I've got different types of material that I want to stamp on. And it's just scraps. So this is like a kind of a heavy linen. There's my flowers. Shoved them there. This is an old pillow slip, a beige pillow slip that I've just ripped up. And this is like a linen that's got a fleck through it. Now this one I have stamped on before. When I did my Christmas album, I stamped, you know, images of snowmen and stuff like that. So I have got stamping on cloth in the past, and what I do want to do is I want to have a go at stamping on some hessian. So just give me a couple of minutes and I'll go and grab my hessian. I'll be back in a second. All right, I've got some hessian. This is kind of sacking hessian, but we'll have a go at that before the day is up. So I'm going to leave this bit to one side. Now I've got some botanicals, because I am doing this for my tickets album and my botanicals. Just a minute, I've got a little visitor. My little dog's coming in. Hello, have you been walking? Go and get your treat then. Go and get your treat. Go on, clever girl, go and get your treat. So when she goes out with my husband walking, she always comes back in to see me. I think she thinks I've got treats up here, but I don't. That's her barking at my husband to tell him to get the treats. Anyway, so as I say, I'm doing this for my Tickets Please and my Botanicals 24. So I've got some bits of ephemera here, and it's just small postcards, library cards. There's some from the coffee, some from the aqua and gold that I've not used, some botanicals. So this is what we're going to use. So I think we'll use this one, and I think we'll use this, and we'll put those flowers up there. Now I'm just having a look to see what else I've got, because I have got some tickets and I've got some bits and pieces. Now I quite like this, and these are Tim Holtz stamps there. And what I usually do to make sure it fits on is I put it on there like that. And I put it on there like that. And then I stick it on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this is the Onyx Black VersaFine. And just add the ink. And then just place it. And there we are. We have a nice clear. Now, if I wanted to colour that, so what I will do is I'll get some more. I've got a dim green and I've got, I don't know whether that'll go. No, it won't. I'm going to go with a cool shadow, just a cool blue. So the dim green, and it's got the two ends, it's got the fine. And all I do is I just go up like that. I don't put a lot of colour in it. Just do them. I'm not even quite sure what kind of flower this is, but so that's got a bit of blue, and I'm going to use the brush pen for this. And this is like a, maybe it's a bit too turquoisey. Maybe let's go for a better blue. They tend to be a little bit bright, these colours. So I'll go with this one. This is a blue-grey. That's better. And it goes better with the... And you can use anything. I mean, you can use alcohol markers. The only thing is alcohol markers will go through. So be careful what you're resting on. And then we'll just cut this little bit off at the bottom. And if it's material that rips easy, just rip it. I like the frayed bits. I don't like lots of frayed bits, but so we've got that one. And what I have been using, because this is like sellotape, so I've been using these, this is pale cream. And it is a bit dark, so I've just been not being too careful on it, just to give it a hint. And if I wanted to mix that a little bit better, have I got, yeah, take that off there, and I've got water in this. I'm hoping it's water and not bleach, because one of these I have bleach in. No, it's not bleach, I can't smell it. And because they're aqua markers, don't wet it too much because the ink. But you could use watercoloured pencils on this as well, and they are. As I say, don't wet it too much because you'll end up having to dry it off with the dryer. So we're just putting that there, and I'm just going to gild around this a little bit, like that, water up, and I'm just going to see what we've got. So I think that's a bit too pale. I'm not sure if I want the green. That one's well used. What have we got in the middle of this? Oh, we've got some right bright colours here. I think they're just a bit too bright. What's that one? Maybe do a little bit of that one. Ah, I like that one. That's like a bronze. I'm just going to fold these back up and just roll them. And we'll just use these. Don't get me wrong, I'm not wanting straight edges. I just want bitty edges, like what's on this. So I'm just going to put these over there, and all I do is, you can use a glue pen. I've got a couple of glue pens there. I just put it up like that. First of all, I'm going to ink round it. Then all I do is I just take it and I'm not being neat. Some of it might go right over it. I don't actually care. I think it's just, and it might just even be on the edge, so we'll see. And all I do is I just run it on there and then lift it off. If I can get my nails under there, yeah. That's how easy it is. You can see some of it's tucked, some of it hasn't. I'm not really that bothered. And then all I usually do is I go over it with my finger just to smooth it down. Some of it comes off, some of it stays on. That's fine. And there we are. And then we've got some stuck on my mat now because I've had glue on my mat. Never mind. Then this, because I am going to stitch these, so I'm just sticking that on with a bit of Pret. And then I've got some other labels here. Now these, when I do these, when I make the spines, I use the big 12-inch envelopes because it's quite strong, and I don't mind the, you know, that there. If I wanted to cover it, I could cover it. So I always have bits of envelopes left. And what I decided to do was I put some ink on them, it was a mixture of stains and oxides, and then I stamped on them. And because the oxides are on, you can see some of the stamps have gone quite pale, which I quite like. And that's the wrong. So we've got factory number here. And I think what we might do is we might put that down there. So I'm using espresso truffle to ink round the mementos. And I will use glitter glue to put this on. And because I keep getting it, that keeps getting clogged up. So. then we'll put that here. Like that. And what else have we got? I've got a little number here, and I'm just going to trim that off just to make it a little bit. And when I'm doing labels on scraps, I don't always cut them down, because sometimes I want them a little bit longer, sometimes I don't. And actually, the more sort of like distorted the look, the better I like them. And then we'll just put that there. And there we are. We have that one. And I quite like that. I really do. So we'll put that there. And it is a ticket one. So I'm just going to open it up a little bit. And I think we'll use, let me have a look. We'll use this one. So I'm just going to cut it there like that. Ooh, cutting through my silicone mat there. It's a bit silly, Julie. Now some of these materials only cut one way, only rip one way, so this is going to be a bit of a rough. Get my big scissors. I should have my material scissors for this, but never mind. And I've got this orange thread. I've been using bright orange thread in my sewing machine. And it's this one we're using, isn't it? So that's it. So we'll put that on there. And I'm going to use the VersaFine Black Onyx. And this has got fine writing on, so when I come to do something on the hessian, it'll be something that's kind of chunkier, because it won't pick up on the fine writing, and you want it to pick up on some of it. So again, sorry if I'm and there we are. And you can see how it goes kind of pale, because the ink does soak into the material a little bit. And I think we might do another one. Will that one fit up there? No. That one won't. This one will. So, because what I'll do is I'll do two, and we'll separate them. And you can use different coloured stamps. You don't have to have so what we'll do is we'll use the aged mahogany. So we'll have a red one. This is needing, and if you've got the Harmony, the Spectrum Noir, the Bordeaux is very much like the, I don't think that's, we'll use the Bordeaux. That's, I think I need to re-ink that one. In fact, what I'll do is I'll use Lumberjack Plaid. It's a bright, it's just as dark, more of a red. And there we are. And I'm not looking for perfection, definitely not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for something that will look okay. No, this one isn't a rippable material, and that's probably why I've not used it a lot. But what you can do with this one is you can fray it, which I like, because I do like them frayed. And I'm just fraying that a bit. And I've got frayed bits all over now. I'll put that up there. I've not used oxide inks when I've been stamping on material. I've not tried that yet, so I think what we will do is we will have a go. I'm just getting rid of this, and I'm just throwing these threads on the ground, as you do. Put my lid on there, and I'm going to use one of these right, so I'm going to use this on here. It's a bit big. Doesn't really matter. So if we just it's fine. So I think we'll leave that like that. I'm just going to ink round it. And again, I'm going to put some, this is some of the aqua and gold ephemera. So I'm going to put some gold around this one. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to put some of that bronze on it. So I've just done two sides. So I'll just rub it and then lift it. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm glad I used that. I do like that. Yes, I do like that. And if I wanted, I could always have the ticket on that way. So I'm just going to do right the other way around. Sticking to my stamps. And just lift it off. There we are. Yes, I do. I like that. Very much so. And I think what I might do is I might do the red one, no. So because this is going in my tickets place. This is espresso truffle. It's like a blacky brown. And I'm just stamping that there. Going to stick that down because again I will stitch it. think we'll have a actually have a label on the material. In fact, what I'll do is I'll do it that way, cover that stitch and I'll go right over it. What have we got? Card stubs, identification. We've got a wee scruffy one here. Where's my little... It was a number, 1871, but it's very, very faint because I've stamped over the top of oxide ink, which is fine. And I think we'll just have that one. Should we have it down here? I think we'll have it down here. And there we are. So we've got that one. I'm looking for another tall one. Because I want to put some hessian. I think we'll have this one. It's a journal. So, and again, this isn't rippable. So I'm just going to trim this one right along. Is this the one I'm going to have on this? Yeah. So we'll cut that there, and I will cut it down there. Now we'll use these for putting numbers on. I'll find some chunky numbers. So we'll put that there. And I'm using Onyx Black VersaFine for this because it is quite a sharp black. So it's the first time I've stamped on hessian, so we'll see. You can see it. I think it'll look nice. Yep. So it didn't take all the ink off it, so it doesn't soak up all the ink that much. But again, I'm going to put some gold around this one, not the... So where's the gold one? This is it. So this will miss some because this has been used several times, and this is what happens, but you just get that kind of distressed look. There we are. So we'll put some on this side. And this one, I didn't ink round this one first, but never mind. And there we are. And I think what I'll do is I will ink the side of this and I'll stitch down it that way. That one out of the way. And if you want, you can use fabric tack. You know, if you're not going to stitch it, make sure whether it's stitched on quite well. And we'll have a factory number underneath. Again. Yeah, put that there, just so it's peeking out. Identification up there. I'm not going to ink round this one. We'll put that on there like that. So there we are. So we've got 3 that I've done today. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some random inking on some material just to get it out the way. And it's a stamp that I've just picked up from Temu. It's all dates and signs and stuff like that. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and anything that's left over. So I'm not even looking, I'm just going to take them and then I'll cut them up afterwards. And we'll just go down the list. Put some off to the side. I will wipe these. This looks like a date, so I think what we'll do is we'll put this down. Yeah. January to April 1775. I will wipe these before I put them away, I promise. I do look after my stamps because I do want them to last. I know some of them come from Temu and you kind of get what you pay for. Sometimes you're not saving any money. But it's a risk you take. I'm using the Bordeaux for that one. Here we are. Use this one, and what I'll do is I'll have a go at doing an oxide and see how an oxide goes. So I've got Festive Berries here. It's a bright red, and this is a first for me. So, and if it's upside down, it's upside down. I can put it the right way. Yeah, quite good. So I can use all my I know I've used oxides on dip dyeing on material and things. So we'll do this one, and I'll do a blue one. I think we'll do Uncharted Mariner. There we are. And what can we have down there that's small? This one, number 7. Yep. And we'll do this one with prize ribbon. It's a bit brighter blue. There we are. So I'm not even going to rip these. I'm just trimming them. Just randomly trimming down. Of course, again, this material you can fray at the edges as well. Any cotton type material you can fray at the edges. We've got the little circle, we'll leave that with its squinty edge. And the same with that one, so we'll leave them there. We've got some more here. I'm going to try this one. This one says Portugal. And oops, put this one back, and I think we'll do the Rustic Wilderness. This is just an ink stain. I think we'll have to do it this way. I can do it on a smaller bit, so we can try a longer one. Is this one? That's I'll do this one in green as well. That one's not turned out too great, but it could be the stamps because I've not used the stamps, and sometimes they have like a coating on them, sometimes they don't. It just depends. And I'm not really bothered that it hasn't worked out that great. I quite like it. Leave the sharp edge on that one. Back up there, and we'll have some of this thin cotton, and this one says letters. Put that in there, and I think we'll have elderberry from the mementos. No, that won't go. Rich cocoa, because it's a deep beige, this. Yes, that looks good. And we'll try this one. This one's got some small writing on it. We'll see what this one looks like. This one underneath. Yes, you can make that out, Corporation Transport. That one go there. Just so I'm going to try this with a different colour, and I think what we'll try is the peanut brittle. We'll see how it goes. Looks all right. So we'll trim that there. And I'm just folding it over the scissors so it's easier for me to guide, to cut it easy enough. So there we are, we have letters, transport, put that one back, try a different one. I think we'll try this one. It might go on, it might be. Let me trim that one off and I'll stamp on the other side. And again, this is another way of getting rid of all your scraps of material. Stamp on them and use them. And I'm just going to do this one in black rather than the peanut brittle. There you are. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave it at that. What time have I got? And I'll come back and I will show you these, the ones that I've stitched, and we'll have a look at what we've done. So I'll see you in a minute. Hi, that's me back. So I've used some of the when I was tidying up and stitching around my bits and pieces, I've used some of the labels. So I stitched that one on that one, and I stitched on the Portugal. I stitched just across there so that one lifts up. So we'll put these out of the way because these I'll either stick on or stitch on. You can stick them on using Fabri-Tac, glitter glue. There's another one I just stitched across the top. Again, just stitched across the top. That one I stitched both sides and that still opens. That one I just stitched at the bottom. That one I just stitched down there this side. And then I had this that I hadn't finished off, I'd been doing, and I just put two little material stamps on there just to finish it off and stitch down. So we've got that. So I hope you get something out of this, and hope you'll have a go. Just scraps of material. It doesn't even have to be number stamps. You've seen me do it with the flower stamps. You've seen me colour them in, and it looks fine. You can use anything. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.